Young Justice Season 4, Episode 9 just dropped, and it was an introduction episode for Zatanna. Basically, her arc is about to start up, and there's a lot that happened, but I feel like a lot of it is a mystery right now. So in this video, what we're going to do is talk a lot about what we think is going to happen for the rest of this arc. So sort of like a prediction, speculation type of thing. And I guess we can start off with the main antagonist, which seems to be a new Lord of Chaos. Is that what it's called? A Lord of Chaos? Lord of Order?
Yeah, I think it's just, I would assume a Lord of Chaos. I mean, maybe Witch Boy is just considered a Lord of Chaos, but we'll just call it Lord of Chaos.
It's probably another one, yeah.
Yeah, they all have that Harry Potter outfit, so...
Yeah, you know what I find funny is just like... Why does Clarion have like a suit on when he was meeting Vandal Savage from like way back then? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing. I wonder, do
like
they have a certain fashion
yet?
sense? Yeah, they have a certain, who knows, maybe they're the ones who inspired suits. You know, Vandal Savage was the first human, so he's like, oh, Clarion, why don't we just take your outfit and create a new...
Yeah. Clarion was apparently the inventor of suits.
Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. Although going with that, I do like that this is what makes this arc another interesting thing other than it's going with Zatanna is that we're getting a backstory but with Vandal Savage, but also how he met Clarion, the Witch Boy, because like, you know, we hear there have been a lot of teases, like even in season 1 where that one part where in the finale where Clarion's like, we can take them, and then Vandal Savage is like, yeah, in doing so you would create this chaos thing, and I need this system to be for phase 2. So it's like we're starting to understand. We're really, I guess this goes back to speculations, but it seems like they're going to play off more of like what is Clarion's role in Vandal's scheme, and how that's really affected Vandal. So it's a very interesting story. So I like that. The Vandal Savage aspect of this is really the thing that, I'm not gonna lie, that really engages me the most out of this whole story so far.
Yeah. And he was like talking to the stranger and everything, and which I don't know too much about his character. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to learn more about. And his whole backstory was very interesting too, how like apparently there were metas back then and they're all his children or something. And I find that very interesting because like you don't really hear about that, you know.
Metas, that's Vandal's children?
Yeah.
Or who's... they mentioned that in season 3. The whole backstory behind Vandal Savage, they said he was the first meta.
Yeah, I know, but I mean like having so many metas back then, it feels like it's lost to history or something, or it just doesn't...
Oh, okay.
It didn't seem that way, unless like Clarion kept killing all the new metas or something.
I guess I see what you mean. It would have been...
Yeah, I just sort of get the impression that more metas were created later in history for Earth, but apparently there were like a lot back then as well. So it's just an interesting revelation that I didn't expect, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, to be fair, in the Young Justice universe, like let's take Static, right? With the whole Reach thing, there's this idea that it's like, are people born with powers, or people are genetically potential to have powers, and then they just need something to bring it out. So I'm assuming that the Young Justice lore is more on the aspect of that most people have this genetic potential based off their, you know, history. And then all it needs is like some sort of thing to cause it, to bring it out. That's their framework of it. Not to say that there aren't people who are born, because I know Flash makes the argument that no, I did the whole accident and all that. So I know that, I mean, not Flash, Kid Flash did the whole, Wally made the whole argument about that when he was explaining his powers. But I know that they definitely have the whole idea that most metas is like, it's a genetic thing, and then it's just they need something to bring out the meta.
And I can definitely appreciate Young Justice like doing that, like making it a little bit different from like the comics, for instance, and sort of establishing their own sort of lore. Yeah.
I will say another thing that was interesting was one of Zatanna's students, I think her name was Mary. Apparently, it's hinted that she also had the Shazam power.
Yeah. She was probably, yeah, that's weird, because like Billy Batson in this one, in the Young Justice, is a single entity. So I don't know, maybe eventually other people were given the power, like similar to the movie.
Yeah. To be fair, again, since it's all magic, I'm curious if maybe someone else figured it out in this universe. Yeah, I was shocked. I don't know why. At first, I was like, did they just change Billy to a girl so they can? I don't know. I thought that was going on, but then I looked it up. I was like, okay, they gave her a different name, so that's different. But
Yeah, no, definitely not. But
yeah.
I personally, I think, again, speculation that she did something like Billy probably shared his power while they were still young, and then she did something that she regretted, and that's why she was like, oh, back then I wasn't ready to use my powers or something. And I'm pretty sure they were hinting that we're eventually going to see it.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm also curious with again, we're playing with Beast Boy. So where is this story with Beast Boy going? You know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like with Beast Boy, I don't know what is he doing? Like, I get that he's sad and everything, but like, I know he was there too, so it makes a difference. But like everyone else is also like, everyone else who mourned for Superboy has moved on, or at least like they're trying to do stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like Artemis, it's not like Beast Boy had a more of a connection with Superboy than the others did, right?
Yeah, that's a point. I mean, I guess it could be just like, to be fair, they're playing the idea of like Beast Boy's lost the most. You know, he's lost his mom, he lost the Doom Patrol, and then, you know, he kind of lost Brion. So it's like they're playing off this theme of like, and then obviously with Superboy, he was the one being like, dude, get some freaking hair. Get some hair, man. And then look at what happened to Superboy.
Get some sun, you mean, right?
Yeah, whatever, sun, air. That's basically his air. But so with that, I think they're I can see where they're going with it. I'm just curious, like, or at least what I mean going with it, I can see where his depression's coming from, but I'm just curious where they're gonna take it.
I understand that. It's just confusing that nobody is helping him through it. Like even his, I don't even know who that new character is, but his new den mother or whatever.
Yeah.
Clearly doesn't know how to do his job. and where's the rest of the group, you know? I feel like more people would have been there for him, or at least like should be trying to help him, because he just seems so isolated. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he seems kind of dead. Yeah, it was really, you know, it was kind of weird when they and I get why they do this, because obviously in shows they have to build suspense. So like the part where Clarion's about to attack Zatanna and her little group, and then it flashes the Beast Boy. But it was like, I don't know why, but it was like, it felt weird because it was only like a 5-second shot, and then they go back to the Clarion thing. So I'm like, wait, what was the point of that? It just came off a little bit like, I thought it was going to go more into it, but
they just got to remind you that Beast Boy is depressed. That's it.
yeah, that's definitely it. But the other curiosity thing is, again, who's the guy that Vandal met at the end of the episode? The stranger, which I feel bad that we don't know his name, but to be fair, we're not familiar with the magic stuff in DC, because I know DC has a whole magic universe and all that stuff, so we're not really too familiar with that. But
I mean, I'm glad we're getting into it in Young Justice and seeing all like Zatanna students and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I don't know, man. You know how like in Artemis's arc, when Artemis was kicking ass, like the first episode where Onyx got her ass handed to her.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, you know, Arsenal.
It was Arsenal, and then I think it's Arrowhead.
Was it Arrowhead or was it someone else? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Arrowhead, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it might have been Arrowhead, but like they managed to take her down, which was good. But then in this one, they got their asses handed to them, you know, like Zatanna and everyone else.
Okay, to be fair, Claire the Witch Boy is a pretty strong, like, he's not just some, like, you know, your typical run villain.
But
he's a pretty strong villain.
Think about it. I think about it this way. I believe the original team by themselves took down Clarion in season 1, or at least made him go away. You know, like.
I feel like they always had hope. They always had help from the, what's it called? Dr. Fate, if I'm correct. That's the word I'm saying, Dr. Fate. Yeah, I feel like they always had help from Dr. Fate. So it wasn't just them alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, perhaps so. Like,
so
I mean, every time he mainly retreated, but at the same time, like, I just feel like a Zatanna after 3 or 4 seasons should have been able to stop, like, Clarion. Or at least,
It should, but keep in mind the tricks. Like, even when she tried to use the same trick, he was like, "It's not gonna work on me," and then it was like they adapt pretty well. But I get what you're saying. I would think that, And that actually brings me a real question to Zatanna, as like, I know Zatanna seems to be helping these students of hers, but it's like, is she really being a hero? Because like the way it sounded like, especially since the other Marion, the girl who of course used to be Shazam, it almost sounds like not Shazam. It sounds like Zatanna hasn't really done much hero work, and she's mainly, you know, being a teacher. So I wonder if that's really having an effect with her combat skills. Not to say that she's bad, but you know, she's not really going the spotlight. So, which also explains why, you know, why was she not helping Artemis with her situation if she's teaching? But
that's kind of true. I mean, we don't know what she was doing exactly. So yeah.
Yeah. Although one question I had was, in that beginning scene, were those people actual people? Because it just seems weird that they're able to just do magic and all this stuff in front of the people.
Oh, they couldn't see because of like the glamour charm or something.
Oh, okay. The glamour charm was off. Okay, but they just made sure they didn't kill. Like, because, I mean, that's a good question from the glamour chart. So, like, if explosions, because I'm pretty sure they did some magical things that caused some sort of eruption or sound, would the glamour chart completely hide that away and people wouldn't be like, oh, what's this noise? Because, like...
Yeah, that is a great question. I have no idea. Like, apparently they didn't notice it, because otherwise when they smashed you know, like the lamppost and stuff,
yeah,
people would have noticed it. So
yeah,
I guess it covers everything. That's pretty OP, man.
That's a pretty OP glamour chart. I mean, I guess to be fair, you could make the argument with last arc with Vandal Savage's daughter. There should have been certain things that, like, if you have a fake arm, like there should be certain like noises or something. I mean, then again, she could have hid it, but little things like maybe they push her a certain way and it's like it bumps the arm. So you could make the argument that, but still, it's just weird. It's just weird.
It's magic, dude. It's magic. So it's like, it's probably a very, very, very good way of hiding something that is like nearly foolproof, unless you have another magic user, right?
Yeah. I guess another point with this episode would be the violence, because I remember you mentioned the last episode, like this show's starting to get more violent, and this episode they really...
Well, I last time I said that, you know, it was more violent in season 3 already, but like I didn't remember it until last episode, because that's when Artemis got like stabbed in the leg and stuff like that. But in this one, you know, they completely dissected a human being. So
they took a note from Invincibles, and it's like, let's just go on Corey.
Yeah, I mean, it was more acceptable. It was sort of like something you see in an anatomy textbook.
That's fair.
It's hard to say fast.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Not to mention the character. It's the first time being a quote unquote human. So, but yeah, a lot of this is just speculation of what's coming up next. Do you think that other Lord of Chaos Lord, yeah, whatever. Do you think that Chaos Lord's really OP or something? Because what's his face seems to be really scared.
I mean,
the female one, of course.
Yeah, as long as Dr. Fate is around, and we did get to see him in this episode, I get the feeling, you know, the team will still have like a good advantage. So I don't know. Maybe my theory is they'll somehow trap Dr. Fate, or like send him somewhere else and he can't help out. And that'll increase the stakes, because I just feel like Dr. Fate is pretty OP. Yeah,
he is for the most part. What I'm intrigued about is going back to that new guy, who we're just gonna call him new guy since we don't know his name. I feel like, because the way, assuming that he was the one narrating, because you know you have the chaos.
I think he was the one. Stranger was the one. Yeah.
Stranger. Yeah. I feel like his role. Something about his role seems like something that I can imagine Clarion not knowing that Vandal has, and it's gonna definitely have some level of tension towards their relationship for sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this leads to like a team up between like Vandal Savage and like the other magic users. Like they all have to like band together to deal with this new Chaos Lord.
Yeah, that's another thing, because usually if Vandal is involved, it means it's really like, it's not just like, it's important for the sake of like there's something's gonna stop the world. Like if we don't take care of it, the world's gonna be an issue. So that's what makes it else involved. But
or maybe it's just part of his plan. Maybe he wanted to get another Lord of Chaos to come around and use them somehow.
That's possible. That's definitely possible. Yeah, I'm again the
'Cause it
backstory.
yeah, the backstory seems make it seem like, okay, Vandal Savage is planning something for Clarion. So if he's planning something for Clarion and he realizes, okay, there are people like Clarion, I'm gonna guess that he's gonna somehow try to use this new Lord of Chaos to his advantage. Since he knew about it, he's probably one of the few humans that actually knows about like the Lords of Chaos, like there being more of them, or at least for the longest period of time.
Yeah, man. That's what I like about Vandal. Like they really play off this idea of like if you're a human who has all this knowledge, how useful that can be, especially if you can't die. So it's like you really see that, and yeah, I'm intrigued. It was funny because when they mentioned one part in the episode where they're mentioning about like the I'll see you in the next 1,000 years or whatever, part of me thought was like, is he talking about Clarion, or maybe he's talking about the new Lord? So part of me thought that, but I don't know. It could be talking about the new guy.
He was definitely talking to Clarion. He's like, okay, come back in 1,000 years, meet me at this spot, like, see what I can do, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But even then, man, why wasn't he should have been like, come back in 10,000 years. Come back in 10,000 years. I'll show you what I can do in 10,000 years. Come on, like, why not convince him to 10,000 years? That's a little cocky, Vandal.
Vandal he's very confident about his genetics, man. That's what you can say, man. His genes are that confident. But yeah, I mean, again, this is a good episode regardless. I mean, most of it, again, is speculative. So that's definitely going to be...
It's a very, like, introductory episode, right? Not too much has happened. I mean, a lot has happened in terms of, like, introducing us to things. But a lot of it is still shrouded in a lot of mystery, like, to someone who doesn't already know these characters, for instance. Like, I mean, we know the characters, it's just we don't know all the new ones that haven't been seen in Young Justice. And those seem to be like the centerpieces of this new story arc. So
yeah, definitely. Oh, one last point. I like how we're all wondering what happened to the legions of superheroes, and then we get a ending scene with them just eating food, or at least one of them eating food. So
yeah, for real, dude. Like, what the heck are they doing?
Well, we noticed that one of them is not there. So is that one with Superboy? That's the question.
Yeah. Well, we're going to close out the video by reading some comments. I'll go ahead and go first. Tevya said, let me see. There's 2 comments. Tevya said, I love this arc. It was tons of fun. We agree with that. And also seeing my boy, Jonathan Samuel Kent, Superboy, as a child makes me so happy. Yeah, I mean, definitely he's gonna grow older in the next few seasons as long as Young Justice continues, and then we'll get to see like Damian Wayne and also a younger, the new Superboy, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna read the next one. A Tribe Called Quest said, this arc is better for sure. I just didn't think the Mars arc was bad. LOL. I don't want to bring a what's it called? Beat a dead horse.
We don't need to beat the dead horse.
Just go watch episode first.
Again, we appreciate that you like the Mars arc. Like, yeah.
Just go. Anybody who's new, just go watch our first episode first review of this season, and you know what our feelings about the Mars arc.
Yeah. All right. So Wally West said the Artemis arc has been awesome, but the only thing concerning me is Ra's al Ghul appeared and he wants to change somehow, and Wally West thinks there's other motives, even if he's telling the truth, since he didn't make everyone know, like, Jason is alive. Yeah, potentially. I mean, no doubt it's Ra's al Ghul. I would assume there's an ulterior motive to what he's doing, like building a team probably. So we'll see what happens with that.
It'd be cool if he created his own version of the light. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, do you mean like just building his own team or a version of the light? Because like the light is trying to kind of like take
obviously
over the
world. not like that, but like his own version of like, making peace in the world, if that makes any sense. But not to the point where the light is. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know if that's the light's mission, but sure.
Obviously there's obviously the light. Obviously, Vandal Savage is about conquering, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But let me read the next one. Undead ET. I would have loved it if Will had went with Artemis to save Orphan. That way, Will could have met back up with Jade and could have helped Artemis get Jade's head on straight, sort of a parallel to when Jade helped Will to get his head straight when it came to his situation with finding Roy, but it would be Will's helping her this time with letting go of her life as a Chester. Yeah, that would have been a cool parallel. No lie.
I'm also assuming that you're saying obsession, but
yeah.
I'm not sure I recognize that word.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I was the one who commented back saying, you know, like, I definitely think that would have been like super cool. I feel like that was a missed opportunity for sure. Like Red Arrow going to help to essentially like get Cheshire back on track, or at least like help her in general. That would have been good.
Yeah, definitely would have been good. Who knows? I'm hoping, I don't remember if I saw Roy in the theme song, but I'm hoping we get a Roy arc. That'd be kind of dope as well. But it is what
I doubt
it is.
it. Not in this season. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, we probably not.
If he were going to, this would have been it. Like the Artemis arc would have been it.
That's fair. They kind of established that this is Red Arrow's new identity. He's just the repairman. What's it called? Boy God Security? I don't know how to say it. Boeing Arrow Security? Something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, the totally missed opportunity. I think what you came up with was brilliant, and you know, maybe we'll see some more Will action in the future, hopefully, because I do like Red Arrow as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zack Ryder said, Rocket hasn't really earned her spot in the title sequence at all. There's only been eight episodes total where she's appeared and spoken in. The rest, like Blue Beetle, Wonder Girl, Bart Allen, Guardian, and freaking Lagoon Boy, each have more episodes than her. Lagoon Boy. Rocket is so forgettable. And has anyone even noticed that she's had 3 different voice actresses? I certainly have not noticed that.
Me either.
Yeah, and there's a lot of follow-up comments. I guess we can go ahead and read those as well.
Oh, okay. If you want to read them.
Well, basically, Steppy just said, you know, Rocket's part of the original team, so that's why she's part of it, you know, the intro. And she was introduced in the penultimate episode, meaning the second to the last one. So it sort of makes sense to why she's so forgettable. Like, I thought she was cool. I thought like when she helps out with Blue Beetle, like creating
that was dope.
The sphere to protect or like, you know, to trap him in. That was a very good use of her. I enjoyed that. Like she was a good team player. Lifeline basically just said part of the OG team. So
yeah.
And there's also like a 5-year time skip that Lifeline did not like. I didn't really mind the time skip too much, but I do think that we probably would have seen more Rocket then. And that question was definitely kind of a tangent from the episode, but it's good to notice, or it's good to like bring up, I suppose.
Well, to be fair, she's in the intro, so I do think we're going to get some Rocket. In fact, my prediction is that the next arc will be Rocket. That's just my prediction, but you know, I could be wrong.
Interesting. Yeah, but I do feel like a lot of other people have certainly earned their spot. Like, I honestly, I only watched the title sequence like once, and then from then on, I've just skipped it because I'm that type of person. I just watch the intro once and skip it, unless it changes, you know. Then I don't see a point in rewatching it again unless to just appreciate it. But for me personally, it's not like a fantastic. Outstanding intro, you know. It's a pretty regular intro if you ask me.
It is what it is, but it does give you an idea of like what people we should expect and all that. So
yeah, but thank you guys for the comments as usual. We read out the comments from, you know, the previous episode. Maybe on occasion, like if we don't have too much to say for an episode, we'll read like past comments as well from the non-previous episode, like way past episodes. But feel free to comment and we will read it for the next review.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and see you on the next one.
Peace out.